Welcome to our Annie's Mailbox unit. I'm Hanny.
I'm Kim.
And today our letter is about my pet.
Aww.
Okay, so Kim, do you like snakes?
No.
No. Okay. Do you like mice?
No.
No, okay. Do you like insects?
No.
Well, lucky you. We got 3 of them in our article today.
Wait. This is my pet. What happened to the dogs and the cats and the hamsters and the guinea pigs and things that are cute and fluffy?
I don't know. Maybe this Justin guy has some weird interest. He keeps a snake as pet.
No thanks. I'll stick to dogs and cats.
Me too.
That's
Me
no
too.
good.
But we still have to read this letter.
All right, let's see what Justin has to say about his snake.
Yeah.
Dear Annie, I went to a pet store last week. I wanted to buy a pet. After 5 minutes, I bought a snake. It has a green body, but it doesn't have legs. It is 135 centimeters long. It is a female snake, and I call it Jimmy. She is always crawling on the floor. Sometimes she will climb to the ceiling, so I have to get her down. I always feed her some insects or mice. She's really cute. She is my best pet. Sincerely, Justin.
So, my pet. This is a letter written by Justin. This guy, I don't know how to...
He loves snakes?
He loves snakes, perhaps?
Right.
Okay, let's start reading, all right?
Okay.
So it says, Dear Annie. That's a good start.
Yeah, good start, Justin. Okay. I went to a pet's store last week.
好，他说我上周去宠物店 So here comes our first correction.
Yes, so it wouldn't
Pets.
be pet's store. It would just be pet store. So I know there's a lot of animals in there, a lot of different things like rabbits, snakes, mice, everything. But just because there's many pets, you don't have to make it plural. It would just be pet store.
Yeah, I made this similar mistake in the past because I think I want to buy shoes. So I go to a shoes store.
Yeah.
And then I got corrected.
Yeah, so it would just be singular there, no plural.
好，所以注意一下哦，不管你是去什么店啊，这些店通常前面我们都是用单数名词，宠物店啊、花店什么店，那用单数名词去加 store 或者是 shop， like we have coffee shops, flower shops, gift shops, and we have all kinds of stores, right?
Yeah, all kinds like grocery store, pet store, and shoe store.
So we go to a grocery store to buy groceries.
Yes, and you go to a coffee shop to buy coffee.
Yeah. Okay, 所以宠物店我们要说 pet store， 我们要把这个pet store 那个 pets 改成单数才正确哦。So our correct sentence would be
I went to a pet store last week.
Okay, so Justin went to a pet store last week. What did he buy?
Now, it says I wanted to bought a pet.
Oh, 他说我想买一只宠物，可是 there's a grammar mistake here.
Yes.
Correction number 2. He says I wanted to bought something.
Right, so wanted is already in the past, so you don't need to make buy in the past as well. So you don't need to use bought, you can just say something different, which we'll get to.
Yes, 好，我们来看一下，他说我们要表达某人想要做某事，这个英文是说 somebody wants to do something。这个 to 后面是要接原形动词哦。For example, I want to travel to Japan now.
No!
Right now.
Well, you can't do that, but you can do the other example. I want to buy a new pair of jeans. Maybe you can buy a pair of jeans instead of going to Japan.
Yeah. That's a good idea. 好，虽然 Justin 他在描述过去的事情呢，他用过去式动词 wanted 来表达想要，可是你后面还是要用 to 接原形动词，所以 to bought 要改成 to buy 才符合文法。So the correct sentence is
I wanted to buy a pet.
Yeah, to buy a pet. All right, so after 5 minutes, something happened.
After 5 minutes, I bought a snake. Justin didn't think about this too much, did he? He's just like, snake.
Snake. I love snakes.
Who doesn't?
So it has a green body, but it doesn't has legs. Wait, if this snake has legs, that would be frogs.
Or a lizard.
Or a lizard.
It's not a snake anymore. Yeah, it has a green body, no legs, that's a snake.
Yes, 好，他说他的身体是绿色的，然后没有腿。好，蛇当然是没有腿，可是这边犯了一个错误，就是他说 it doesn't has, but it should be have.
That's right, yeah.
Right?
So it's kind of difficult to think about, but it doesn't have instead of it doesn't has, which confuses people because you would say it has, but you wouldn't say it doesn't has.
对，这比较有点难度。好，那我们先来介绍一般动词的现在简单式句型。那肯定句的句型就是主词、一般动词、受词，像是 I love you, she likes stinky tofu. Do you like stinky tofu?
I do, actually, the fried kind.
Wow, good for you. 好，我们要表达否定的话呢，就会在这个一般动词前面加上 don't 或者是 doesn't。所以特别注意，助动词的后面是要用原形动词。所以像刚刚的例子就会变成 I don't love you， 或是 she doesn't like stinky tofu。
Slightly less sad, that sentence.
Yes. 好，所以我们回头来看 Justin 的句子，他有腿就是 it has legs， 那他没有腿就是
it doesn't have legs.
好，所以就是用 have 这个否定助动词 doesn't 后面要接原形动词 have. So the correct sentence is
it has a green body, but it doesn't have legs.
Right. And this snake, it is 135 centimeters long. It is a female snake, and I call it Jimmy. Isn't Jimmy
That's a
a
boy snake.
snake?
Okay, you know what? It's your snake, Justin. You can call it Jimmy or whatever you want to call it.
The snakes don't have ears.
The snake doesn't care. It's okay.
Wait, 135. If it can stand up like humans do, then it would be around ours. Ew.
I thought it was like a little garden snake.
Ew.
No, it's big.
Okay, so when we use this word centimeter, we're talking about the length of something, maybe smaller, right?
Yeah, usually to describe something smaller, but you can describe yourself in centimeters. So
yeah.
I am 163 centimeters tall. So
You're taller than me. I'm 162.
only by a little bit, only by 1 centimeter.
But in the U.S., you usually use feet.
Yes, we use feet and inches and miles to describe
miles,
things. Yeah.
right? 美国怪怪的。
We're weird, sorry.
他们就是这种长度，他们可能会用 miles 里，那我们是用公里 kilometers， 然后他们可能会用 feet 几尺，那我们常用公尺 meters. So if 160 centimeters tall, you can say 1.6 meters tall, but with feet and inches.
Yeah, so if you go to America, you're not 1.6 meters tall, you're 5 feet 3 inches tall or 5 foot 3.
好，就有其他的讲法，所以我们要注意一下咯。Okay, now it's break time.
Let's take a break.
Yes. Welcome back. So let's continue talking about the pet snake.
Okay.
Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy is the name.
Jimmy's the name of the snake.
snake.
Justin is the student.
Yes, okay.
We've got this straight now.
Okay, so what does this snake usually do?
Well, he writes, she is always crawling on the floor. Oh no.
Oh my god.
In your room?
好 crawl 就是爬 maybe with your legs and arms on the floor.
Yeah, like a baby can crawl like that.
Or soldiers
crawl on the
forward.
ground.
Yeah. So 我们可以用 crawl 爬行来讲 babies 他们会爬嘛，还有 spiders and snakes 他们都会爬。
One of these is cuter than the others.
好，所以 Justin 写到说他的宠物蛇啊总是在地板上爬来爬去，所以我们就用 crawl 来表示爬行。And then next we read sometime
she will climb to the ceiling, so I have to get her down. Oh, that snake is amazing. It can make it all the way up the wall.
And then crawling around.
And then how does he get her down? The ceiling is quite high.
Like when you're concentrating on your studies and then you just go down like this. Ew.
He's like taking a stick and like poking her down. How does this work?
I don't know. 好，他说有时候这条蛇啊，它会爬上天花板，所以我得把它抓下来。这边注意用到 sometime， 它是错误用法。我们来比较一下 sometime 跟 sometimes。So sometime could be a unspecified time in the future or in the past.
Maybe to meet with somebody.
Yeah. 好，所以这个 sometime 它可以讲过去或是未来某个时候。If somebody says, let's get together sometime.
Yeah, so at some point in the future, maybe a week or two later, you're going to meet up for coffee or just to hang out.
But sometimes they don't actually mean it.
Yes.
It never happens.
You just forget about it and you don't
Let's get together sometime. Bye, never coffee.
That's how you can end a conversation. Let's get together sometime.
好，所以这个 sometime 我们说let's get together sometime 就是找个时候我们再来相聚吧，但是有时候不见得会发生。那么 sometimes 则是指偶尔有时候，所以差一个 s 差很多。例如 we sometimes have pizza for dinner， 就是 maybe once a week.
Maybe twice a month, something like that. Not very often, but sometimes you will do this.
对，好，所以呢 ，Justin 他就是要表达说他的宠物蛇啊，有时候会爬到天花板上，而不是说未来的某个时候会爬，所以这边要把 sometime 改成 sometimes 才正确。So the correct sentence is
Sometimes she will climb to the ceiling, so I have to get her down.
And Justin says, I always feed her some insects or mouses.
Well, that is what snakes eat, but
Ew. So first you have to grab an insect or a mouse with your bare hands and then
I'm using gloves.
Gloves?
I'm using gloves. I'm not grabbing that with my bare hands. No thanks.
好，所以他说我都会喂它吃一些昆虫或老鼠，听起来好可怕的组合。那么注意一下 Mouses. Can we say mouses?
No, this is actually going to turn into mice.
Ah, mice. So we can have Mickey Mice.
Mickey, several mice. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, two mice. There you
Two
go.
mice, yes. 好，所以呢，可数名词的复数形我们常是在字尾加上 s 或 es， 可是有些并不是哦，它们会有自己特定的变化形象。Mouse 老鼠，它的复数形就是 mice。然后 person 人，它的复数形会变成
turns into people.
还有 leaf 叶子 leaves 还有 child 小孩
children.
and then goose 鹅 geese 还有我们前面说的这个 foot 表达一尺 one foot and then
two feet.
对，好，所以这边我们要把 mouses 改成 mice 才正确哦。So the correct sentence is
I always feed her some insects or mice.
And Justin says, at the end of the letter, she's really cute. She is my best pet. Sincerely, Justin.
Justin, I'm glad you enjoy your steak, but I won't be coming over to see it.
No. Let's stop being friends.
Don't bring it to school, okay?
Let's get together sometime, maybe 20 years.
Yeah,
later.
without the snake.
Later.
That would be all right.
All right, so that's it for today. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Dear Annie, I went to a pet store last week. I wanted to buy a pet. After 5 minutes, I bought a snake. It has a green body, but it doesn't have legs. It is 135 centimeters long. It is a female snake, and I call it Jimmy. She is always crawling on the floor. Sometimes she will climb to the ceiling, so I have to get her down. I always feed her some insects or mice. She's really cute. She is my best pet. Sincerely, Justin.
The Baoting Art and Culture Center is made up of 4 buildings. They were built in 1937. Former Taitung mayors used to live here. After many years, the buildings were not used anymore. Then, the Taitung city government decided to rebuild them. The buildings became art spaces and meeting rooms. Besides art, visitors can also see the classic Japanese architecture. Around the buildings are green lawns and gardens. It's great to take a rest here and enjoy the peace.
See you next time!